Let's talk real estate with Daryl King. This is our first market report for 2023, and to no surprise, it's pretty much as expected. It's very similar to our December numbers. You have to realize that in 2022, in January, interest rates were almost non-existent. They're running around 1% roughly. Since then, the interest rates have risen 8 times. So major differences, okay? So January 2022 was a record-breaking year. They had over 5,594 sales that month in January, okay? Unbelievable. And, the Toronto Real Estate reported this month 3,100. So let's really focus on that. Instead of doom and gloom, let's focus on the reality, okay? Interest rates have gone up 8 times. Now, the Bank of Canada has said this should be the last increase. So what they're trying to do is cut, inflation down and cut it back and stuff like that. The problem is, it's like getting punched in the stomach. You get the wind knocked out of you. Or maybe you get hit once, and then you get hit twice. Then you get 3 times, and then you get 4 times, and then 5 times, 6, 7, 8. So every time you're just starting to recover, again, you get knocked down. So I don't care who you are, what you are, it takes time to readjust. So one thing about the housing market, and I've been doing this for 33 years, that we always had normally, on most times, a 7-year cycle. You'd be here, you'd go down, and you come back up. So no matter what, everybody has to have a roof over their head. Yes, there's homeless, and I feel bad for them. But for the majority of people, they go to work, they want to have a home, right? Whether they have a condo, whether they have a house, a townhouse, a semi, whatever it may be, you have a home. So, what we see is, with the immigration being larger than it's ever been, what I see as the biggest problem over everything is the shortage of good, affordable housing, especially in the city of Toronto, and then as you move out. As we know, the biggest migration we've ever seen out of Toronto since COVID for the last 3 years has happened. So it's unbelievable. Outskirts, even out to Calgary, Nova Scotia, Mississauga, Barrie, Oshawa, just moving out, Montreal, Milton. Many places people have moved out for more affordability. Some of them get to work at home. So, do I predict doom and gloom? No, I don't predict doom and gloom. Is 2023 going to be a rapid year like we've seen in 2021 in the first few months of 2022? Absolutely not, and that's a good thing. Listen, housing should be a steady, anywhere from 3, 4, 5%, and, people can live with those means. But when you see 20 and 25% in 1 year, they increase too fast and too much. So, they report the average price in January 2022 was $1,242,407. And then in January of 2023, they reported the price is at $1,338,668. So a lot of things have changed, but it's okay, because if the rates don't go up any higher, people will start to get adjusted, and hopefully later down the year they'll readjust them down. Are we going to see those minuscule little rates that we've seen before? Most likely not. So, when I started this, it was 21%. So, we'll probably hover down probably another 2 or 3% lower than we may be now. But, we'll watch and see. So, is it a good time to sell? Absolutely. Listen, we just had a couple of sales, record-breaking sales ourselves. We had a property that were referred from past clients, and they bought a new home. So they had to sell, or they could have rented it out, obviously, but they decided to hire us. We sold it for $162,000 over asking price. Now, this was listed at $2.148, and it sold for $2,310,000. So it was the highest price in the street ever. And we had another one we sold the next day for $348,000, which was the highest price in the street, except for one bigger one, which we sold for $2.1, but the house was much larger, right? So does it mean as a buyer you can just go steal a house? No. If a seller prices his house correctly, they're going to sell it at a very fair market value. So, and if I'm a buyer, yes, I have to pay more money for my interest rates today, but your principal, which is your main borrowing thing, is so much less that there's not much difference between the cost on a monthly payment. So is it a good time to sell? Absolutely, because there's not much inventory out there. Is it a good time to buy? Absolutely, because now you can go in with conditional finance, conditional inspection, lawyers approve, whatever. And you can maybe negotiate. You can't steal a property, or you may be able to if it's a power sale or something. But for the most part, if they're being priced correctly, that's the key. So, we see the city of Toronto had 1,108 sales. And their average price right now is $987,842. Remember, the condos and all that drag that down for the detached houses. Peel region, 576 sales for an average price of $993,151. You look at York region, 544 sales for an average of $1,285,583. You look at Durham, 394 sales and $886,849. And then Simcoe's got the two boards. So the Toronto board only 107 sales for an average of $880. But it's okay. Listen, now we're gone into February. I anticipate February will be a better month than December. We've had a lot of snow, we've had some cold, but generally the first month of any year has been slower. So realize that. I believe more people will put their houses to market, and the buyers still want to buy. Listen, we had lots of people inquiring. So, hope this is helpful for you. You want any further information on the Toronto Real Estate Board or the market, the GTA, mortgage, what's going on, by all means, give us a call at 905-907-5464. Our home's at darylking.com, and we'd be happy to help you out. So 2023 will still be a decent year. It's not going to be a record-breaking year, and people still need homes, and you realize there's immigration coming in like no tomorrow. So everybody take care, be healthy, be well. This is Daryl King. Bye-bye.